What's going on, guys? Ryan Rouse here. This is my garage. Doing a little bit of work on my 20th anniversary GTI here. I had camber shims in the back. I believe they were -4 degrees with a toe adjustment on them. I ran them for maybe about 3 years or so. Decided, you know what, I'd like to drive the car a little bit more instead of sitting in my garage. Stuck on the hoist, so why not take it out and enjoy it a little bit. But I ended up putting some rotors on it, new pads, new OEM hardware, bolts and all that stuff. Now I'm just trimming up the calipers just a tiny bit here, just so I can get my wheels to fit, because the offset on them is pretty low. So that's what we're doing. On to the job. Alright guys, she's all trimmed up. Took off maybe about 1/8 of an inch just to get my 3-piece wheels on, because the inner bolts on the barrel, they actually touch on the 20th anniversary brakes because they're bigger than the stock Mark IV brakes. So, new rotor, new pad, new sliders, new bolts for the caliper and the carrier, OEM from Volkswagen. I took the splash shield on the back here, dust shield, splash shield, whatever you want to call it, for the rotors, and I just kind of went over it once with a little bit of spray paint just to make it look nice. It had a couple, oily fingerprints that kind of got hot and burned into it, leaving it to stain and just not look good. So I cleaned that up. Basically that's done. Caliper I resprayed with some red paint. And hopefully the wheels fit. Let's test them out. So these here are 3-piece BBS RSs, 16 to 18s. The issue that I was having was the inner bolts on the inside of the barrel there. They were touching the caliper just ever so slightly. I'm sure you could have put the wheel on, you could have driven it, and it would eventually wear off, but I don't want to ruin the inner bolts in case I ever want to make these wider or thinner in the future. So I don't want to ruin any of that. So throw it on and hopefully she don't touch. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So these here are extended lugs. I'm going to have to get some smaller ones. Beautiful, look at that. So I'll just put in 3 of these just to kind of hold it in place here. Beautiful, doesn't touch. That all looks good. Fitment should be pretty good. Like I said, I had camber shims in there. They were good. It made the car look great, especially when it was aired out. I never really liked them, to be honest, driving with them. It was basically just for show. I mean, I got a bunch of other cars I can drive. I got a diesel I drive daily, my Mark I if I need to drive that. This was strictly a show car. But now, I'm at that point now where I just want to enjoy it instead of just sitting in the garage the whole time. So, good, that's done. And on to the other side.